What up? What up? What up? It's Rec League Podcast, man. This is episode number 44. My name is Randy Little. I've been doing this for 2 years now. I hope y'all been enjoying the podcast for as long as y'all been riding with us. And if you want to keep up with us on social medias, man, at Rec League Pod on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, at Rec League Podcast. All the love is appreciated. On today's episode, man, I'm not gonna front. I didn't have a topic, and then Robin Williams' birthday was a few days ago, so I just told the homies Nick Goodman, Eric Sigmund, let's just show love to Robin Williams, man. So we show love to Robin Williams, man, comedic genius, man. I swear, one of the most underappreciated actors ever. And then again, like, sports are coming back, but there's still not that much to talk about. So I got my guy O Pizzle. He come back, man, Orlando. And it starts off as a college sports, what's gonna happen, and then it just turns into an overall sports discussion, man. Like, it's dope. Bars, so many bars. And then Old Man Lawrence come through, and we talk about this new CheNoir album, completely produced by Apollo Brown. And obviously, nothing's come out in the theater. Theater's still shut down. But on DVD and Blu-ray recently, Scoob came out. Marriage Story came out on Criterion. And then upcoming, we're still getting like a wave of TV shows. All the CW shows are about to come out. As far as I know, The Walking Dead still doesn't have, because they never aired their last episode, so how can you release the Blu-ray if you haven't even aired the last episode? But yeah, like I said, all the CW DC stuff, and then Jack Ryan season 2 comes out like the first Tuesday in August. Pretty short on the intro, man. When I come back, I'm going to have my guys. I'm going to have Eric Sigmund with me. I'm going to have Nick Goodman with me. And I had internet issues, so when it just abruptly cuts off on YouTube, it's all good. Stay tuned, man. Reg League. Panda Watch. I always have the weirdest like transitions into a new segment, so I thought I'd just quote a movie. Stupid panda jerk.
Yes.
My guy, Nick Goodman, 2 episodes in a row. Take a bow. E-Sig, if you on YouTube, he has the big rectangular half of your screen because it's really his podcast. Nah, not really. I mean, like, I be trying to be humble. Like, I don't feel like it's like my show. It's like a collaborative effort between everybody that takes the time to jump on with me.
I feel like it's my show.
I mean,
On here.
it really
So,
is.
yeah.
The Good Man Podcast.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of, and sadly, because like Comic-Con was this weekend. There's not really like a lot of news to hit on before we jump into the topic. A couple delayed indefinitely's, and indefinitely. So the rumor is like Tenet. The indefinitely for Tenet is like Labor Day weekend, but it's still not gonna make that. Indefinitely for Mulan is probably gonna fuck around and be like February. But the whole world is still dealing with the same stuff we've been dealing with since March. Who cares if movies aren't coming out right now? We can't go see them anyway. On the positive side, we're getting Bill and Ted Face the Music on September 1st. Tuesday, September 1st.
Just one.
Yeah. Cause like I don't know, that like fucks up my work schedule. And at the end of the day, like this whole like getting through the pandemic has affected movie fans the most.
It has.
to be as insensitive and selfish as possible. Yeah, I thought there was more news, but I didn't write nothing down. So, Robin Williams' birthday was a few days ago. I didn't have no topic, and Robin Williams is arguably the GOAT comedian. Like, whoever you laugh at today is influenced by Robin Williams. There's just no way around it. So, and like, if you want to talk about Robin Williams, like, he got his like really, really good dramatic stuff that like gets overshadowed because he's so funny. So it's like there's favorite movies, there's favorite performances, and there's just whatever you want to talk about. You know what I mean? I got my Robin Williams letterbox list up on the other side of the screen, so I could just easily just pull 3 movies. I think Eric started last episode. So Nick, just start us off.
Okay, I was pretty like sure what my top 3 would be, but I rewatched a few movies anyway, and I stuck with the same top 3. But I'm glad I rewatched them because they were good ones. Number 3, I feel like it's a lot of people's like number 1 because it's like kind of like the quintessential Robin Williams comedy role. But number 3, I would put Mrs. Doubtfire. It's kind of like the Happy Meal. You got like like your Patch Adams and your Dead Poets movies that are almost like too schmaltzy while being like kind of funny, but like it's like almost like the heartwarming version of Robin Williams. And then you've got like your RV and your Death to Smoochy and your like over the top like crazy Robin Williams. I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire is like that perfect little medium that like fits his persona so well.
Yeah.
That makes the movie the classic that it is. Like it's hilarious and it's nonstop quotable and funny, but it's the heart at the core. It's just like he wants to see his kids and he wants to spend time with his kids and his family as much as possible. That he's willing to go to those lengths. And it's like ridiculous, but like you never don't buy it because he just sells it. He sells that like, you know, he's nuts about his kids and he just loves them so much. And I feel like that's what makes that movie hold up so well. But a lot of people I feel like have that number 1 when you look at like the casual moviegoer. They'll have that at like number 1 or number 2. But
I think my number 1 is the casual moviegoer's number 1.
Yeah, like well, it's like I don't even like say it, but it's like somebody who's like probably would never watch 1 Hour Photo or like Insomnia. It's like Robin Williams. Like, what do you think? And they're like, oh yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire. And it's like, well, yeah, there you go. But like, it makes sense to me because it's just that good that it's like everyone kind of agrees that's just a great movie. So yeah,
dude, like
let's find out.
My top 11 could be plugged in my top 3.
Yeah, I think my honorable mention, just based off like childhood love more than adult love, would have to be Hook.
Yeah,
I
love Hook.
One of y'all's top 3, but I don't know. It's like a lot of people are just like, I lose my mind over Hook, but it's like most of that is just tied into like I loved Hook when I was a kid.
Yeah,
but
that's like Robin Williams was. Like Robin Williams was that guy that like, this is a grown man, but he's a big ass kid. Everybody loves Robin Williams. I don't trust anybody who doesn't like Robin Williams.
Exactly.
That's fair enough.
Eric, what's your 3?
All right, or number 3,
Popeye.
Oh, that's something about that. If that had came out 5 years later, that would have been a tremendous hit.
Probably.
Look how early that was in his career. Nobody knew who Robin Williams was back then. And probably a different director. The movie was it Robert Altman? That was, but anyway. What was it? Mrs. Doubtfire.
That came out the same year as The Shining.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
Shelley Long.
Yeah.
Or Shelley Long.
Yeah, wrong Shelley, Nick.
Yeah, Shelley.
Shelley Long. No, but my number 3, and it's funny because Robin Williams had another similar role that year. It was and you're gonna know what it is. I'm gonna mention that role first. That got overshadowed. So people forget he was in Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest, and he had a decent voice performance.
I don't, because he rapped. That's what I remember about Fern Gully. He
his
rapped.
song is nonsense. Like there's so many songs in that movie, and his song is nothing. Like it doesn't rhyme.
It's just
no melody, but it's great. Oh, I love it.
But yeah, man, you're right.
Yeah.
But obviously, another animated voice performance he had overshadowed that, and probably rightfully so. So my number 3 is Aladdin.
Nice. Number 3.
And yeah.
Where's the hang up button?
Oh, come on. I mean, think about it. This is 93. It's standard now. You get celebrities. You get celebrities doing voices. It really wasn't a thing back then. And to get somebody like Robin Williams, even in 92,
yeah,
that's a big deal. He came off. I think even by then he had 2 Oscar nominations, and yeah, that was a big get, and it was probably, I can't remember way back then. Obviously, I'm sure they used it as a selling point. But it's even a more deeper and darker story behind Robin Williams and Disney. I don't know if y'all ever know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't.
Definitely,
probably.
Because think when the most recent Aladdin, the remake came out, everybody, they just about to crucify Will Smith. Like, oh, nobody could play Genie. And, they're right for the most part. And but for good reason. It's one of the greatest voiceover performances in anything, and you see how really good he was when the second Aladdin straight to video movie came out. Oof. And Dan Costello, I think is his name. He tried to do Genie, and he's one of the best voiceover artists ever. He does Homer. That's his. But he wasn't Robin Williams, but no, that's he didn't do bad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. But like a noticeable difference.
Yeah, but no, Aladdin. That's definitely. Now, what's that, Nick?
Even when I was like little, and like, I guess I understood the concept of like people doing voices, but like even when I was little, I remember watching that and just being like, "This is straight video quality."
# not my Genie.
Yeah, not my Genie.
And even with a lower budget, the third movie when Robin Williams came back, you get it's a little.
Aladdin and King of Thieves is underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, stories. Well, not stories. It's true that Robin Williams was improvising during the session, and a lot of that made it into the movie. The animators had to work around his performance, which is crazy, and that's. They don't do that a lot. These days, you got to stick to the script because of that's money. But yes, that is my number 3, and go watch Fern Gully if
not Avatar.
Know what that is. What's that, Randy?
Said not Avatar, Fern Gully.
Yeah, boy, the original Avatar.
Right.
I love Fern Gully. Tim Curry does the voice in Fern Gully. And Christian Slater.
Wow, man.
Stat cast.
Tim Curry was scary.
Yeah, that was great.
Mm-mm.
Don't remember the second Fern Gully though. There was one.
Was it Return the Fern Gully or something?
But like the human guy wasn't it, as I recall. It was like her and the redhead guy, fairy guy.
It's called Fern Gully, the other last rainforest.
Kangaroo or something. It was great. It was obviously really memorable and great because I remember it so vividly.
Gosh, I'm about to see if I can look this shit up right quick.
What's that?
Fern Gully 2.
It was straight to video, but I know I saw it. I need to find a copy of it.
And what was Fern Gully studio? Was it? I want to say it's Fox.
Yeah, it's Fox. Yeah. Fern Gully 2, The Magical Rescue.
I do not remember that.
I don't
rescuing,
recognize
like, a
any of these
critter or
names.
Damn, what year did that come out, dude?
98.
Damn. You waited a while.
Right?
Yeah. I'll find a copy of it.
Only on
The way
DVD.
you've been,
Bird Belly.
how lucky you've been lately with the.
Check Disney Plus.
It should come on Disney Plus.
Well, yeah, like Fox. Well, yeah, Disney owns every damn thing now.
I remember it's Fox because I remember the preview being on my Home Alone VHS tape.
Wow.
So, yeah, it had to have been like 91 or something like that. Anyway, not as good as the last.
No, man, which is my number 3.
Yeah.
Top 3 performances by RW.
Yeah,
but go.
my number 3. My toes were stepped on earlier because my number 3 is also Mrs. Doubtfire. And it's like, it was just like a perfect combination though, because Chris Columbus was still like riding the wave from the 2 Home Alone movies. Like I don't know, Sally Field just like played like the best foil. Like there was love there, but there was frustration. They established how he did the voices, like everything, like the way he like, and then his brothers like doing the makeup and the masks and the wigs and setting him up. Like it's just so good. And Pierce Brosnan, I think he had been announced for GoldenEye, and then yeah, just Robin Williams just come in with the humor and the wit, but it had like that dramatic feel too, like because Nick said with the kids. And then, man, it's just. I remember, I think it was Chris Columbus said. I probably found this. Like, wait till the anniversary. You're gonna see the G Real posted shit on the trivia. That they filmed. They literally filmed like Robin Williams improv so much that they could have rated this any possible rating.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I want to see the R-rated version of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Even just like all the improv is just so like it's so simple. Like it's just like Robin Williams doing it makes it funnier. He was like one of the first ones to really like. It's like him and like Eddie Murphy, and like there's just not that many. But it's like just them doing it is what makes it funny. Like like I do a great impression of a hot dog, and then he just like goes like that. Like that's the funniest shit in the entire world. But like not everybody could do that. Like,
yeah, that's funny. Nick, you mentioned that scene alone. What was he trying to get a job?
Yeah, he was like talking to the lady in the office.
Yeah, but that whole scene, the way it's cut, it was just, I imagine every single thing he said was improv because they were just going back between.
But not stupid.
He was voicing that mouse.
But no,
yeah, I mean, Mrs. Doubtfire.
One thing I do like about that is, I like not a lot of people will talk about that because it's Robin Williams and he's so lovable, but his arc gets overlooked because he's a bad father in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No.
we don't want him. We don't want him to be.
If my dad brought a petting zoo to my crib, I'd be dancing on the table too.
Yeah, and that's even his depth in that because he's doing what he's doing because he loves his children, but he's doing it recklessly. You know, and that's
the neighbor was a snitch. Let Robin Williams live.
Yeah, but no, that's something interesting, and the movie. That movie hits really close to home because my parents were going through a divorce. Man, probably literally around that same time, and then you had the a-hole wannabe stepdad, and yeah, but they really played that. The balance between comedy and drama was really well done.
Yeah.
And casting, you speak of Pierce Brosnan, he was just. That's funny. He was gonna be loved as Bond. A couple of years later.
Yeah.
And he was just a slime ball, but he really wasn't a bad person.
Nah, whoever was gonna be the new father figure was gonna be that antagonist guy.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we don't like him because he says a few slick things about Robin Williams, but was he lying at the moment?
I don't care.
That's my point. That's what's so great about the movie. And then there's
you about to have me take all of the Brosnan Bond movies out of my binge right now.
And there's one more thing you all can tell me about this. There's a Mandela effect on this movie.
No.
Mandela effect does not exist.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Sinbad never played a genie.
Never played.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
But people would swear that he did. But no, it's one scene.
All that, he played a character named Sinboo. Or there was like,
what?
Yeah. And like, Kenan Thompson played somebody, and he was his dad. And he was dressed like a genie. Like he had like a hair, beard. Yeah. I feel like that's what people remember, but they, you know.
And then
played genie in a movie. But anyway.
Zam came out, but no, that's the rabbit hole. But the scene in Mrs. Doubtfire when they were at the pool or whatever, Robin Williams hits him with the orange, right?
Yeah.
What does he say?
A run by fruiting or something like that.
What'd you say, Nick?
Didn't he say it was a run by fruiting?
Yeah. And a lot of people think the Mandela effect, what that is, people swear, but now he said it was a drive-by fruiting.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's like, there's the same thing with Forrest Gump. Somebody said something that was like, he says, life is like a box of sugar. People swear that he used to say life was like.
Mm-hmm.
I said,
I think it's actually backwards. I think he actually says, Mom used to say life was like a box of chocolate. But the thing with that is people confuse. She actually says life is like a box of chocolate, and he said was in the past tense. That's the confusion with that one.
I blame Sally Field.
Yeah, but you see the rabbit hole, and you. Too bad when that segue into Forrest Gump, Sally Field, and Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but no, it's yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that movie or that performance.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh yeah, number 2 already.
Yeah, number 2. Oh, is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. Number 2, I think performance-wise, like definitely could be number 1. It would be a lot of people's number 1. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. My number 2 is Good Will Hunting. I think it's the best example of the schmaltzy Robin Williams performance.
Next time I'm going first.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But I feel like I'm starting to think me and Randy might have the exact
same 3.
I'm thinking, yeah.
And of course, I gotta be out of left field.
Yours is gonna be like insomnia, what dreams may come, but I think it's the best example of the schmaltzy, like almost like it was written like for that version of Robin Williams, and I think it's like the best version of that Robin. Like it's like Patch Adams is a good movie to me, but it's like it's too much almost. Like it's like oh no. Like, look how he put on a clown nose. How heartwarming. And, like, Dead Poet Society is, like, better. But still, it's like, oh, my God. That movie is almost, like, relentlessly, like sad, but, like, uplifting, but sad. And it's just like, oh, no. I feel like Good Will Hunting is like that sweet spot where it was like that character needed to be played by, you know, the heartwarming Robin Williams type. And he just, like, totally nailed that role. And it's like the movie, a lot of people don't like talk about it, but like the movie is hilarious. Like Good Will Hunting is a really funny movie to me. Maybe I don't know, but it's mostly just all those guys just like talking shit to each other and like doing the funny stuff and how do you like them apples. Robin Williams is like one of the least funny characters in the movie. Like he's like
crazy.
Like, antithesis of like everything else going on in Matt Damon's life, and it like brings him like down to earth. It brings the whole story like it's like they understand where each other are coming from.
That's true.
To like be he's like escaping what he's used to by like talking to Robin Williams. I don't know. I'm just saying words, but I think it's a great movie, and I think that movie. It's a shame that movie came out in the year 1997 because I think it would have just won like every Oscar.
But yeah, had a lot of competition. I'm glad it got the awards that it did.
Yeah, it got good awareness. Like really put Matt Damon and Ben Affleck on the map. Gave us Pearl Harbor and Armageddon and Paycheck and Jersey Girl, and these movies we wouldn't have had.
Reindeer Games.
Yeah. So.
You white.
Thank you, Rob.
You Ben Affleck.
Thank you. Something. Yeah, you're white.
Yeah.
You are white.
White.
But yeah.
I feel like that's like on a critic's list. Like that could be number one. I don't know if it would be. And like, there's parts of the story that like I rewatched it a couple days ago. Like probably the first time since Robin Williams died. I would say it's the first time I read it. And like, there were parts that I was like, this isn't gonna hold up. But like, it just kind of does. Like, it's not a perfect movie, but like. It is one. Like, it's just, like, great. Like, I just love watching the movie. So, yeah, I'm glad he won his Oscar for that role, because that's just, there's nothing too over the top about his performance, or too under the, I thought that was just right.
Eric?
Yeah. But no, seriously, you mentioned that a lot of people sticking with the movie. There's a scene in the movie. Who's the brother? Casey Affleck.
I say Casey Affleck, Cole Hauser. One of them.
Yeah, he was. They were all in the house, and I think it was Ben Affleck's character. He yells upstairs like, "Hey, you better not be beating off in my mom's room." And he comes downstairs and just sits in the chair.
Baseball.
Yeah, I just
my little league bit.
but no, I remember laughing for like 10 minutes straight.
Like, nobody talks about how funny that movie. Like it's a drama, but like it's like a drama the same way the Wolf of Wall Street is a drama. Like
that's a great comparison.
Like it's pretty hilarious throughout.
But no, Robin Williams in the movie, you said basically everything needed to be said. I'm glad he won for that role, which is funny because out of his 4 total nominations, the only one he would win for was supporting. All of his other nominations were leads, which is funny. I don't know if it means anything, but yeah, it's just a fantastic performance, and everybody knows the monologue on the bench. That's just fantastically written, and they got to go for that, and acted, and I'm curious if he stuck to those words word for word, or did he dramatically improvise? Because we know about his comedic improvising. I'm curious about that. But yeah, that's it for me. It's a good choice. It might pop up on my list, but
is it your number 2?
No, it's not number 2. Am I next?
Yeah.
I was sitting over here like, we've all got it at number 2. That's great,
right?
But Nick did mention my number 2, and I'm torn between 2 movies for number 2, and I guess
Old Dogs.
I'm literally still trying to decide in a moment. But my number 2,
Cadillac Man, Flubber.
You talking about it was you thinking about your number 2?
Yeah. So my number 2, I literally wrote them. These 2 movies, this/that question mark. So, but I think I'm gonna pick Good Morning Vietnam, my number 2, and the number 2 was almost Insomnia.
Yeah.
So, but Good Morning Vietnam was it's interesting to me because we speak balance in for a movie itself in Miss Doubtfire with the comedy and the drama, and this one presented a decent balance in Robin Williams' performance himself with the over the top because that's the type of character he played on the radio, and then it's a decent amount of dramatic stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
And he handles that. I
Yeah.
think he caught a lot of people. You know, he got his first nomination, like I mentioned, and he rightfully so caught a lot of people's attention. And I think that nomination, he never probably had a chance to win, but I think that was just a nod to him, like, yeah, we see you, and we know you're a talented dude. But yeah, that's another fantastic performance. But I think with that we saw he could do drama. Maybe the first time, and he's done it before, but he wasn't, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And
Hudson doesn't count.
What's that?
Moscow on the Hudson, I think, came out before that.
Yeah, 84. And like I said, a lot of people wasn't, he was still Mork.
That's just, yeah.
Even though that's a great role, he was a little too close.
Yeah.
And but yeah, and also I think in between that, people were still looking at him as the comedian. His what was he was Russian in Moscow?
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, he just there's a really good accent. A lot of people look back at that role, but people just looking at, oh, he's just doing a silly, it's not accurate, blah blah blah. But yeah, I think Good Morning Vietnam is. I don't know when the last time you all saw that movie.
2 days ago.
Oh, they.
About a year ago.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones I rewatched that I hadn't watched in a while.
Yeah, how did it come off since the last time you watched it, dude?
It was a great movie. I knew I liked
Yeah.
it. I knew it was like that, Dead Hooks, just a couple movies that I knew were great and I knew I liked, but hadn't watched. Enough time that I was like, I'm going to rewatch them so they're fresh in my mind for this list. But then I kept the list. But no, it's a great movie, and it just that's another one of those things where it was like his persona at the time. It's like Robin Williams, he was known for his wacky. So they did that part for him. They were like, just turn on the camera and just see what he does. Because that whole first thing when he's the whole first scene when he first gets on the radio, and it's just kind of like the Mrs. Doubtfire thing. It's just a cut of him just not stopping until the director said cut. But oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Mm-hmm, yep. My number 2.
Yeah, so, Good Morning Vietnam is my 5.
Yeah, that would be in my top 10 or 5, for sure. I didn't make a top 10. If I did, that would be there. Probably be 5 or 6 or 7. Or 8 or 9.
So good old Randy, number 2.
Oh,
number 1.
My number 2. My number 2 has already been discussed because the true host of the Rec League podcast, Virginia's own, fucking stole it. Yeah,
we had the exact same top 3.
Goodwill Hunting's phenomenal, man. There's nothing new I can say. I echo everything Nick said. It was Matt Damon going through some real life shit. A lot of good New England friends hanging out humor. The funniest guy in the movie isn't funny. He's the mentor figure. And yeah, well deserved supporting Oscar. It just Robin Williams is so versatile, man. He could do anything.
Yeah, and it's I keep saying, but it's there's the serious Robin Williams performance and the funny Robin Williams performance. That it didn't seem too serious or too out of place. It was just right for the story. It was, it wasn't oh look, he's got a beard and a sweater. It was just right for that character. And as Eric said, that's just a really, really, really well written movie.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people are good at writing stories but not writing dialogue. And to me,
this had it all.
Dialogue, character work is better than the actual story. The story is pretty predictable overall, when you really think about it. It's the actors were all just fantastic in that movie. All of them, across the board. I think Stellan Skarsgård is great in that movie, and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he gets overlooked, his role.
Yeah.
Because he's going back and forth with Robin Williams basically the whole movie.
Yeah, like Robin Williams knew what Skarsgård angle was and had to set Matt Damon down the right path.
Yeah, and what's her name? Minnie
Minnie
Driver.
Driver.
Yeah. Fantastic in that movie. Like the whole, across the board. Really,
she was nominated, I believe, right?
She did. Yeah, Matt Damon got nominated. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was just the whole ensemble. And that's why we have the Screen Actors Guild Awards, the cast.
Yeah.
Movies like that, where it's just uniformly, just everything about it is great. It really sucks that it came out the same year as Titanic. That. That is one of the greatest.
You know what's funny with that, Nick? You mentioned a lot of writers are good at writing stories and dialogue.
Yeah.
Titanic, all those big nominations. What nomination didn't it get?
The dialogue nomination.
It did not get nominated for screenplay.
No.
And that's unheard of because usually a Best Picture, Best Director winner wins or is at least nominated for Best Screenplay. But James Cameron is one of those filmmakers. He is not a good dialogue writer. He's a great story writer.
Eric, can you go tell your neighbors to keep it down?
But yeah. But no, yeah. Now, what'd you say, Nick? I'm sorry.
That's your Harry Potter blanket trying to get out of the closet. Come on.
No, don't worry. I'll bring you back soon enough.
I mean, but shit. Cameron had to write for Arnold Schwarzenegger 4 times.
Yeah. When you dissect Titanic's dialogue, any one or two, it's
and we froze.
When you watch the movie, I don't have any problems with Titanic. But when you dissect it, it's Jack, this is tremendous work. It's I think you had a love affair. The whole thing, it's oh yeah, it's kind of bumming it. Good Will Hunting, there's whole scenes of dialogue, just dialogue. Like you said, the park bench scene. That's a monologue, if ever there was one, but it's great. And it really, it brings the story down to where it's there's kind of that's the scene where there's a kind of a mutual understanding.
Right. And that's a lot of, and man, it's just that movie realizing how just almost perfect Good Will Hunting is. The bar scene is very relatable. Yeah, because I know if it's not at a bar, it's at somewhere else where you run into an a-hole trying to knock somebody else down to impress a female. And then that's one of my favorite scenes in the movie when he comes to his friend's rescue, and I forget paraphrasing the quote, you spent $100,000 in education, you could have spent $1.95 on late fees or something like that.
That's just, and I don't know, it's so wordy that it walks the line. It could have been too much. It's they're just showing off with their writing.
Yeah.
But it just never really hits that. It's just always just the guy, look how smart he is. It's so good that they made fun of it in Jay and Silent Bob so well.
Yeah.
Hunting season.
They didn't even change up it's the same. It was personally, I thought it was rather elementary. It just keeps the dialogue the same because it's so good.
That's true. I still want that movie. Good Will Hunting 2, Hunting season. But yeah. Oh man.
So since I know Nick's number one, I'm just gonna say it and spoil it.
Oh no. Well, yeah. My number one has already been said in this thing, so it's it's already been spoiled. What if it's a different number one? Look at Randy's face. What if it was different? What if his is Jumanji or something? I just got this all wrong.
Jumanji's my 8.
My number one is Aladdin. It just is. To me, it's Good Will Hunting is probably number one. Since we all just Good Will Hunting. Good Will Hunting might be number one. But I don't. It's like Eric said when he talked about it. It was sort of unheard of at the time for something to be so. You throw the word groundbreaking a lot, about things that aren't groundbreaking. But like that was just like it changed the entire game. Like without that's like the template for like Dory or the Kung Fu Panda or like all these characters. Like they build animated characters around actors now. Like you look at Will Smith's Shark Tail Fish. Like they had an outline for that story, but they were like, well, how's the character going to be? And somebody said it's going to be Will Smith. And they're like, okay. Then they finished the story based on, okay, Will Smith is the fish. Like, I don't know. Like, it's one of those things that can't be overstated, like how good Robin Williams is as the genie. Like, and that's some of my favorite things to watch in the world. Like, I remember the DVD edition of Aladdin came out, like, in 2004. And had all that behind the scenes stuff of him just like doing the Good Morning Vietnam, just riffing on like just doing impersonations and all this stuff, and just like the animations like beside it of them like basically like he did a Marlon Brando here and he did a longer Jack Nicholson here, and they were trying to keep up with it. Like it's so good, and just like it probably the best animated voiceover performance ever. I'm trying to think of like it's definitely the best like comedic animated. It's like I said, there's so many now, like Dory and all that. Donkey, like Eddie Murphy, like Donkey and Mushu. Like they weren't really doing that. Now, the only one I can think of in my head that I think came out is like John Candy played the voice of the bird in one of the Rescuers movies. I think it was the second one.
Down Under.
I came out before Aladdin.
Yeah, 90.
And like that was pretty great. But even like the bird didn't look like John Candy. He wasn't the one that. It was just like his voice that was so great. But like Robin Williams was the genie. Like they made that character him. So, like, by the time they did the second one, like, it was like everybody has a sense that it's just, like, irreplaceable. Even though it's not, Will Smith was great in the movie, in my opinion. I thought he was great.
Yeah.
But he would not have been great. He did great as Will Smith doing a genie. He wasn't doing Robin Williams' Disney genie, which, thank God. But, yeah, I'm lying if I say that's not my number. To me, that's... performance-wise, you could probably argue, like, Insomnia could be in there, 1 Hour Photo could be in there. But, like, in terms of, like, the movies, like, movies I have rated and, like, what's the best movie he was involved in, I'd have to go Aladdin at number 1. So that's my number 1. Randy, I can't wait to see what your number 1 is. Really excited.
Well,
I know it's hooked.
Be prepared for my Angriest Man in Brooklyn speech.
Yeah, it's Merry friggin' Christmas.
Man, number 1. That's oh, so it's my turn?
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Awakenings, let's go.
You know, it's funny though, discussing some of these movies, I just realized how many cameos Robin Williams has had in movies. And we speak of Chris Columbus. He was in 9 Months as the Doctor. He's had voiceover cameos. I don't know if you all remember the Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
No.
Terry Gilliam movie.
When you talked about cameos, that was the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh yeah, he was the Baron Munchausen guy.
Yeah, and it's just, man, I don't know if you all know or remember Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah.
So in real life, they were best friends.
Right.
And you remember a movie called Shakes the Clown?
Yes.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah.
And Robin Williams was actually in that.
Yes, he was.
As a fellow, what's the name, clown or whatnot. And so he did another movie with Bobcat, and which that Bobcat Goldthwait directed, called His World's Greatest Dad.
Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Randy?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
Oh, you never seen it?
Mm-mm.
This is a good one.
So basically this, in all honesty, is before we sat down to talk. In all honesty, I guess on a longer list, my official number one performance-wise would be Good Will Hunting. But this might as well be a Good Will Hunting podcast.
Yeah.
No shit.
About that,
But
so
performance-wise, I got to get that one out there. World's Greatest Dad. As far as because not a lot of people know about that. And obviously, the only reason Robin Williams did it because his best friend was a passion project. You know, no other way, most likely, would an actor would have done it. It's a great movie. Like Nick is saying, and I highly recommend it. It's very dark.
Yeah, it's like when people talk about like dark comedies or like the term just like the black comedy. It's like one of the darkest, like bleakest, but it's like really funny.
Yeah, and you know, the plot alone, I would say you don't have the plot described, so you don't read up on it. I would say just watch it because the way the plot is kickstarted it's crazy in itself.
I'm scared now.
Little by kids, and he's great. He's so good in the role.
Yeah.
Of like the little douchebag son.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
Yeah, he sucked so much. Like
but that was that's great because that's what it was supposed to be.
It works, so well. That is an underrated movie. That would probably crack my top 10.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they don't talk about that movie very often.
I mean, look, Randy got 2,500,685,000 movies.
Hey, man.
Yeah. he hasn't seen it.
He left.
But yeah. But one more little tidbit on Good Will Hunting.
Yes. Love Good Will.
So that fantastic script, which was basically unaltered, it was one scene that they took out of the script when they shot it that was put in there purposely for selling purposes to sell to a studio. You all heard this story?
I feel like I have.
I don't. It's not coming to me. So like, even if I can't.
It's short. There's nothing long. So basically, they were shopping the scripts to studios, and they got the idea. I think after like the first 4 shot them down, they got the idea that nobody was actually reading the script, and so they went back and they kept everything the way it was, but they added one scene.
It was like a Matt Damon, Ben Affleck makeout scene or some shit.
Yeah, it was a scene where they where they made out, and I think in some versions of the story they say even had sex. But it finally made its way to the Weinstein's table, Memorax at the time, and he said, I think Bob Weinstein or Harvey, whatever. He said, "I love the script, but what's with the random sex scene between the 2 lead characters?" And they told him what was what, and then they greenlit the movie like on the spot.
It's probably like, what's up with that weird ass sex scene? That was great. I love that.
Right.
What do y'all had to say? But yeah, that's yeah. So now I guess is Randy, right? Number 1.
My number 1, Jack.
His World's Greatest Dad.
Right. Cadillac Man.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised that Nick stole all 3 of my picks. Like,
y'all got.
Yeah, I knew my 1 and 2 were gonna be 1 and 2. I was like, is 3 set in stones? That's why I rewatch other movies. But then, like, yeah, I just kept Mrs. Doubtfire there. Like, you were so close to having different lists.
Yeah. I mean, like, maybe Good Will Hunting is the better movie, but it's like Aladdin is still so great. Like, it's my second favorite all-time Disney animated movie. But like you guys said, like Robin Williams coming in, doing his own thing with Genie, improv so much that I think it cost Disney a best adapted or original. I don't remember. It cost him one of those because because he improv so much.
Yeah, it would be original. Yeah.
And then, and yeah, just like all the impressions. Every time Genie gets freed, the tear comes down.
Yeah, it's every time it's good. It's not just like, oh, I loved that when I was a kid. Like I watched it last year and I was just like,
still hit you.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about that? I think for a lot of us, at least for me, back then, a lot of people, of course, us as kids back then, we knew for the most part the what genies were and this and that, and a large part that went untalked about, or at least for children, about the folklore of genies, is that they were prisoners.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I can remember like finding that out. Like it's all part of the gag.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it's and yeah, that's normal in genie folklore or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that was pretty neat.
Still a kid.
And another realization I had last year watching Aladdin that it's just like was just my brain just overthinking, but like in like the little 30-second period at the end where like Jafar becomes like the all-powerful, like the most powerful genie in the world, and he becomes like super huge, and at one point he's like holding the earth in his hand and like walking around with it, and it's like that's the most terrifying thing possible. Like maybe it was just like I was living in a post Thanos mindset where I was just like, dude, fucking with the earth like that is like not safe. So like he's like doing all of, like he's got the world in his head. He's like, oh, I'm the strongest, and then he like goes in the land. I'm like that 30 seconds he probably screwed up all the tides and like flooded whole portions of the earth. That's so scary. Like I thought about it so hard when I rewatched. I was like, dude, what if their like whole thing hadn't worked, like their whole prisoner shtick, and he'd have just like stayed that powerful? That would have ruined like the entire Earth. Anyway, in short, Jafar is the best Disney villain because like yeah, probably right. Except maybe like there's like Maleficent and Scar.
I'm about to say like Scar killed Mufasa.
Yeah.
His own brother. So, Lion King's my favorite Disney movie. Aladdin's number 2. I'm not biased because that was like when I was the most influential.
Yeah.
But I want to ask both of y'all something. I want to share something with our awesome audience. Give them a little context. So remember when I said on Instagram, name a Robin Williams movie, and I'll give my rating for it.
And you completely swerved both of us.
So you two I guess Nick put a movie, was like, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna give it a horrible review.
Yeah.
And Randy put one that's like, oh, this is an easy.
Because I usually like send like a troll choice and like just try to fuck with you. But I was like, no, like I'm gonna be real this time. Something that I think that you would like.
So you chose Randy the Fisher King, right?
Yeah.
And I gave it a not so favorable rating.
My number 10, but yeah.
Yeah, but like I said on the thing, just sharing, I think awesome performance by Williams, but that movie was very unbalanced, uneven, if you want to say it like that. It's not a bad movie. I like Terry Gilliam a lot.
Jeffrey Bridges is about to come knock on your door.
But no, it's just something about the movie that, because I recently watched that, I'm like, man, I thought I remember liking that more than I did. I guess it was Robin's performance or whatever.
Yeah, he is great in that movie.
Yeah. And then with Nick, Death to Smoochy, I think is one of the more underrated comedies.
Death to Smoochy really fun.
Of the 2000s.
I feel like people don't like it because it's so silly, but like...
Yeah. At the same time, so dark.
Yeah, it's the Danny DeVito like stopped directing movies, and I don't know why. I think it's because a lot of his movies were like just the same thing over and over. It was like Death to Smoochy, like Throw Mama from the Train, and like
Matilda.
Was it Ona? They're like the same movies.
Yeah, he did direct Matilda, didn't he?
Yeah, Matilda,
that's probably the softest he's ever been. I mean, as far as tone.
Matilda and Hoffa are like the two movies he directed that were like actually different than his.
War of the Roses.
Yeah, War of the Roses, same thing.
Yeah, it's silly as that. You got that.
Duplex with Ben
Stiller.
Stiller. It's just people killing someone. Like that's all his movies are about.
Damn, I forgot he did Duplex. Yeah.
I love Duplex.
Yeah,
I like
but no, Death to Smoochy. And also the cast in that movie doing the things that they're doing.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have been on set. I mean, we've heard stories and a lot, which has been confirmed about Edward Norton, how a handful he could be, right?
Yeah.
And seeing him in that type of role, knowing that in the back of your head is really interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I love Death to Smoochy and
yeah, the whole it's a rocket ship. Like that shit was so funny.
But yeah, you're right. Danny DeVito just like unofficially retired from directing.
Yeah, he like hasn't directed a movie about killing someone in a long time. But yeah, I like Death to Smoochy. I feel like I don't know. Like we should have done like a top 5 or something. Like,
yeah, I mean, as soon as we started to get into the, realize how meaty Robin Williams' filmography is, and just his overall career, people forget about his awesome stand-ups. And, we could talk about Mork and Mindy and...
Even his shittier movies, though, like...
we can make a whole episode dedicated on his crappy movies.
Yeah, even they just... I don't know. Like, some of them suck. Like, some of them are hard to get through. But, like, there's a...
Angriest Man in Brooklyn.
Last night, the movie... The Big Wedding that came out in or something like that, it had this massive cast, and like everyone just kind of shat on the movie because there was nothing really like special about the movie, but like it's kind of funny. Like the cast is so big, and just like watching the cast just do a silly movie. In hindsight, like maybe when it came out and like everybody was still alive and we were being way more judgmental, but like in hindsight, it's like watching. It's like, this is fine. Like sometimes it's like there should be more movies like that where it's just like a cast collecting a paycheck and just like it's like Adam Sandler's like Grown Ups movies. Like I'm not mad at that at all. It's like they're just being funny for 2 hours and collecting their check. I feel like Robin Williams is in a lot of those movies, like Old Dogs.
Yeah,
nobody was funny in Grown Ups 2.
Hey. Taylor Lautner was funny in Grown Ups.
Don't
2, sir.
get me fucking started on Taylor Lautner.
You recently.
Let me save this shit right quick. All right, we done with our top 3s all around the board, so I just wanted to just talk about Robin Williams' greatness for like 10, 15, 30 minutes, whatever. And Nick, what else you rewatched to see if it was gonna make your list?
I rewatched Dead Poets, which I hadn't watched. I came to the realization that I hadn't rewatched that since like I was in high school, like front to back. It's like one of those movies you see around all the time. So it's just like, oh yeah, I watched that this year. But it's like you watched the one scene for the millionth time. But like, I don't know. Like that's a great movie, and I forgot how sad it was.
Yeah.
I didn't forget how sad it was, but like it hadn't made me sad in like 15 years. So I was like, oh no. But that's a good one. And then I rewatched Good Morning Vietnam. I rewatched The Birdcage, which I think is another just really good Robin Williams performance. For a similar way as Good Will Hunting, it's like he kind of lets everyone else be over the top and funny, and he has like the most realistic performance. Like he plays it more straight and like, well, not straight.
Yeah.
But he plays it more straightforward and lets Nathan Lane just be the exaggerate, and it makes it way better. It makes it a way fun. Like that's a genuinely funny movie. Didn't crack my top 3 though. And
a triple header that year too. It was Jumanji, 9 months.
Yeah, 9 months.
Birdcage.
I thought Birdcage was 96.
just because I was like, let me make sure that was my top 2, and it was. It's probably number 1. But the only other...
I'm thinking, right, Randy.
We were talking earlier about... Or you were talking about The Fisher King. And that's another one. I didn't rewatch that. I haven't seen that one in a long time. But around the time when he passed, I rewatched What Dreams May Come.
My wife loves What Dreams May Come.
I remember thinking that I did. It was like one of those things, like the circles I was in, it was like one of those movies where it was like, oh man, I love that movie, dude. It's so deep. Kind of like Requiem for a Dream. Like you ask anybody, and they're just like, oh, you wouldn't get it, dude. It's the best. So I remember like thinking I really liked that movie, but like I rewatched it. It's not one of my favorites.
It's good. It's okay. Yeah.
There are good things about it for sure, but I just like that would not make my list.
Yeah, it's I think the movie is extremely visually pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people think about mostly when they think about that movie, but it's not the most, it's not the best movie in the world.
Yeah, it's not like an enjoyable watch.
Yeah.
No.
Not that I owed an enjoyable watch by a film, but like, yeah, it was one of those. Was like, God, I can't wait to not watch that for another like 5 years.
Yeah, but no, Randy, correcting myself. I named 2 wrong movies. In '96, he returned as Genie.
Yeah,
and he also was in Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet.
Sure.
And another cameo, which we talked about.
Sure.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh's 8-hour Hamlet movie.
Yeah, thank God for that.
I had to watch that in school.
Now, Eric, when you were taking submissions to rate movies, you severely hated on Jack.
All right. All right, so look. So, Francis Ford Coppola and Robin Williams.
Like, I just want to come off like I'm offended by your opinion, but your opinion is your opinion.
Like, man. But it's no, you notice in all of those ratings I did, there were no movies below 2 stars out of 5.
Yeah.
And because you just can't, any movie, even when it's so-called horrible or terrible, you just can't hate any movie that Robin Williams is in.
Like, I don't think Jack gets made if Robin Williams says no. Like, that was specifically for him.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And you know it was. And it's just awesome premise, not too good of an execution.
It's a weird premise. If I'm being honest, I've always thought it was an odd story.
Definitely is, and I think they could have made it work. But like I said, the execution is, I'm sure it wasn't the easiest thing. And as you saw the final product,
yeah, to me it's like it's weird. Like it's almost like that's all they had. They were like, well, who would play? Like if we wrote a story about a child, in a grown body, and it's just like, brilliant.
They just had a story.
And they were like, well, didn't he play a grown-up Peter Pan like a couple of years ago? It's like, no, fuck you. Just make the movie.
And this is how these meetings go. They just they sell a premise. They film a premise.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Jack enough as a kid to like be like, I don't hate it. Like I'd probably give it like a 3 if I'm being honest. Like I don't hate it. But like, yeah, it's a weird movie to me. Especially as an adult. I watched it a few years ago, like for the first time in a long time, and that's what I couldn't shake. I was like, what? He goes to a bar and like
Fran Drescher
around with the kid's mom. Like I was like, this is weird.
It's bizarre.
Weirder in hindsight than it was.
It's extremely.
But Diane Lane and J-Lo.
J-Lo, yeah. Bill Cosby, you guys.
It was originally a 3, and then Cosby cost it a star. Like, let's be real.
It's like it's a good kids movie, but it's like it's not really a kids movie. It's like PG-13. It's like there's too much.
Was it PG-13? I think it was.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah. It's just weird. He's like old when he graduates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continual
supposed to be
man.
happy, but then you're like, man, he's gonna die soon.
Right, he's about to die like right after he graduates.
But yeah, it's something I guess it's real hard to come by. But I mentioned you talk about the greatness of Robin Williams
Fun
is
fact: Jack
his
is on
stand-ups.
Disney Plus.
Was that?
The Jack is on Disney Plus. I'm looking for the rating on
It
Letterboxd.
is?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Touchstone.
Interesting. Yeah, Disney Plus. They gotta go digging for movies. I mean,
I saw Splash was on there like a couple weeks ago, and I got really excited. It's like, dude, Splash. But anyway.
yeah, the edited version of Splash on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Whatever.
Whatever, dude.
But yeah, Robin Williams stand-ups. I don't know when the last time y'all saw any of those. You probably have to YouTube them because I imagine they're real hard.
DVDs. I think it's the Live on Broadway.
Yeah, that's one of
Yeah, I've got that. But it's almost just like, yeah, it's incomparable. Like, you can't really compare anything else to Robin Williams. Like, there's not really anybody like doing it. It's like everyone was influenced by Robin Williams in some kind of way, but like there's nobody doing it the same way.
No,
because it's just like not. He was the only one really doing it. The only one like comparable in my mind is like Jim Carrey.
yeah,
He's not a big stand-up guy, but it's like his mind kind of works in a similar way, I think. That's it, though. Like, nobody else is really... Everybody else whose mind works that way is just, like, depressing and, like, sad and not fun. Like...
and man, we were saying the other day in the group chat, man, Warner Brothers kind of like did him like super fucking dirty.
Yeah.
Used him to lure Jack Nicholson to be the Joker, and then what? Like, I don't know how the Riddler story goes. Like, they dangled the role and ended up giving it to Jim Carrey.
Yeah, and it's and also little known, and he got turned down by 3 different Batman directors because Christopher Nolan also
Was he up for Dark Knight?
Supposedly he was
And they had done
campaigning.
Insomnia.
Yeah.
It's like, I can't picture him in the makeup. That's my only thing.
Yeah.
It's like, as 89 Joker, probably would have been better than Jack Nicholson, if I'm being honest. But I can't picture him with that makeup on.
Yeah, I imagine they would have designed it to fit his look.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know if I can see him as Jack Napier doing the gangster thing.
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
Yeah, that would have been interesting. But then again, you couldn't picture Jack Nicholson doing the Joker thing.
Yeah. I
You know?
remember the movie Insomnia, like, the first time I ever saw that trailer, or it was on Entertainment Tonight, and it was like they were doing the thing where they were describing the movie, like, as the trailer was playing.
Yeah.
Stars Al Pacino hunting a serial killer, played by Robin Williams. And I was like, what the fuck? And then, like, they showed the scenes, like, you know, of them talking and stuff, and I was like, this looks like the best movie of all time.
Right.
And I remember watching it. It wasn't the best of all time, but it was a good movie. And
Yeah.
at the point was I like, oh, Robin Williams in this cast. Like, he was not. He was great.
Nope.
No, he plays a great villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Insomnia, I think I love that movie more than most. And it's I think it's not one of the first. Mementos probably. Nolan has some obsession with time and time related, you know.
You don't
Insomnia
say.
with the oh man, Tenet, but
Because his
we'll get
other
it. But
delayed indefinitely.
that's
Fucker.
the irony that Tenet being delayed.
As good as Insomnia is, I have it ranked 7th on my Nolan movie list.
Yeah, that's not bad. And
do a whole Christopher Nolan like rewatch before Tenet, and I've had to move it, you know.
Indefinitely.
Yeah, it definitely.
Weren't they selling?
Set on my ranking.
They were selling Insomnia. The 3 leads, Academy Award winner,
Mm-hmm.
Hilary Swank, Pacino, and I mean, why wouldn't you? But
Yeah.
But like, yeah, Like they're
Yeah.
all in that movie. That movie didn't really make like an awards splash either.
Nah.
But I remember when it came out, like critics really being all of that. I remember my local movie critic on the news here in Richmond, Virginia. The guy who used to do like the ABC News hated everything. I remember Sum of All Fears came out that same summer, and he shat on the Sum of All Fears like it was just Ebola the movie. Like he was like, stupid, it's over the top. It's dumb. It's dumb, but also stupid. And then
dumb and
like,
stupid.
He was like, "You want to go see a good movie? Go see Insomnia with Al Pacino." And I was just like, that's always stuck in my mind. I was like, dude, okay, I'll go see that.
And the Sum of All Fears, it's okay. It's not like, the worst Jack Ryan movie.
Fine, like that.
Yeah.
Like hates that movie so much, but he was like known for not liking movies, but he loved Insomnia. Like he was all about it. I was like, maybe you're just a freak.
Oh man. But no, a movie that always escapes me. I always wanted to see it. I forgot what it was technically about. I just remember the title, The Final Cut.
I own it, but I'm lying if I've said I've ever seen it. I have not watched it.
Andy?
I feel like I can picture like the DVD cover, but I've never seen it either.
Something of that.
So it's not just me.
It's like gray, and he looks like he's being chased or some shit, right?
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, that's the cover.
Like he edits people's like memories or thoughts or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere it's a sci-fi premise,
and he comes across something that he's not supposed to see or something, and so I imagine he's being chased by someone. Sounds great based on my description. I own it. I do, because like when he died, I went out and just retail therapy, like a couple of movies of his that I didn't own, and that was one of them. But I'm lying if I said I've ever watched that, and he did one called The Night Listener. That I can't even remember what that's about, but it was like a serious-ish one. I found it at a store, so I bought it.
Like
I watched it.
My Warner Brothers doing him dirty thing was gonna segue into, I think Father's Day was the movie he did that would like buried the hatchet with Warner Brothers, and it's kind of weird. That's like I have it 25th on a list of 27 movies I've seen of his. Father's Day is not very good.
That movie shit.
The hell is 26 and 27?
Yeah.
Oh, that's The Angriest Man in Brooklyn and Popeye.
Not RV? I thought RV.
Right, RV is better than Popeye to you?
I have RV at 24.
What?
I think there's probably something in RV that made me laugh. I don't know. I gave RV a 2.5 out of 5. I gave Popeye a 2.5 out of 5. So they're interchangeable.
And that's the weird thing about Popeye. Is it even technically a comedy?
No.
Because Robert Altman, it's.
I need to rewatch Popeye. I haven't watched Popeye in a hot minute.
Gendy Tartakovsky needs to just come with that animated Popeye he was going to do a couple years ago.
I remember that.
I think like the weirdest Robin Williams movie that I haven't seen, that I feel like more people than me have seen, I've never seen the movie Toys.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen the movie.
Really?
I think a big difference is I don't own it and have never been able to find it, like at a store.
Oh, wow.
eBay it. I've never seen the movie Toys.
I just know he wears a red hat.
That's one of his. Is there a non-bizarre Robin Williams? It's hard to describe.
He's done a lot of weird. I'm sitting here thinking Bison Steel Man is like the weirdest movie of all time. I don't hate it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's Chris Columbus again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. But it's pretty good. I like Bison Steel Man enough. Another movie he was technically in as a cameo, AI, Artificial Intelligence.
When you said Bicentennial Man, I thought of AI.
Yeah.
I don't know why I knew that name.
Great. But
yeah, Toys. That's my wife's one of her favorite movies.
Well, shit. I've never seen it's. I've never been able to find it at a store. I think is why had I bought it.
I imagine it's hard. I imagine it's not on Blu-ray.
I'd probably just find it on eBay for like $5 and just do that. But it was one of those that I looked for that I didn't own when he passed, and I just never found it, and I just kind of never.
Yeah, Randy's favorite rapper in that movie, LL Cool J, and Joan Cusack. That's a heck of a
weird movie.
Isn't that Jamie Foxx's first movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's in that. He's one of the soldiers.
I do know that.
Yeah.
But Awakenings. How about Awakenings? Before we don't mention every other movie.
I should have rewatched that. It's been a while.
Awakenings is great.
I should have rewatched that. But that's another one of those. I feel like I've seen the bits and pieces so many times.
Yeah. Talk about a sad movie.
Yeah. I don't know if it's him as the doctor or De Niro as the patient, but like they're both amazing.
Yeah, him and Robin Williams once again with his got the drama beard.
Yeah.
Good, he's got a beard. He does not have a beard in 1 Hour Photo, though.
Nah.
The red eyes creeped me out.
Yeah. 1 Hour Photo was
disturbing.
Good. He could have got nominated for 1 Hour Photo. What year was that?
2002.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, man.
See, like, you post these scores and soundtracks and stills and shit. That's not my trivia expertise. I'm good with years and release dates.
Yeah, there is. And they, I don't know if you watched app. It's a search engine for movies that are streaming and it's nothing on toys.
No. Yeah.
It's like the movie doesn't exist.
No.
I mean, it's not even, you can't even.
I mean, I could find it somewhere.
Yeah.
But, you know, I haven't found it, like, in passing, and I've just kind of never watched it. Like, it's just kind of escaped me, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
In Fern Gully 846 times. But not toys. I feel like there's just more that, like we're going to hang up and be like, shit.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about
Awakenings, his drama movies, they're just, they like to go for the jugular, the heart.
Yeah.
Heartstrings.
Dramas for sure. But, like, Patch Adams was like the beginning of a string of where they were like trying to do like the Academy Award winner Robin Williams in his most felt role as a doctor with big shoes.
I don't know why. I remember that movie.
Like the example of like the over the top schmaltzy Robin Williams movie. Because like it's good, but it's like not like he's a horrible doctor. First of all, that's the shittiest doctor of all time. Like you should probably just treat your patients. I would say. They're like, and they're just like, I'm done.
What year did that come out, Patch Adams?
98.
98, I believe.
98, and that was right around the time.
It was like What Dreams May Come was like October, and Patch Adams I think was Christmas.
Yeah, that's But somebody else that was in that movie, Patch Adams, and
Monica Potter.
I think he was coming into his own.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Great actor. It's a scene that always sticks out to me. I remember always messing with my brother. We went to the movies to see Patch Adams. And there's a scene in the movie, Robin Williams, and I guess they were roommates in the movie, right?
Yeah.
And he was
he was like a serious physician. It took a while for him to come around.
And he was like, Robin Williams saying to his character, like, if you don't like me, you just say so. And he turned around, I don't like you. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, that's when I'm like, all right, that's look out for this kid.
This guy's gonna be great.
But Lebowski had already come out.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm like, man,
thanks as a character actor for like
right.
He finally just
Cause Hard 8, was he in Hard 8?
I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody has ever seen her.
No.
It's like I saw that movie once.
No one has seen it. You're the only one. That's like
and I can't even remember it. I know it's a movie. Paul Thomas Anderson.
No one. No one's
Oh, Randy. Randy's excited.
No. Randy doesn't get excited. You guys both froze, like looking opposite ways, and still frozen. I mean, I guess I could say Night at the Museum. I don't know. He was cool. He was like another mentor to Ben Stiller in the Night at the Museum movies. These dudes might be completely frozen. Yeah, but like Robin Williams is the GOAT, man. I'm telling you, like, every comedian in one way or another has been influenced by Robin Williams. And hey man, we back with sports, man. I got my guy, International O.
What up, though?
Quarantine O. Lockdown.
Lockdown.
Oh, Pizzle. But
out.
last episode you had like in passing mention about how college sports was just up in the air, shit might not happen. Baseball came back, WNBA came back, NBA is running scrimmage, but they officially games count on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like you said before we just hit record, Jamal Adams, the Jets traded him to the Seahawks. Chop it up, man. What's on your mind?
Well, shit, I will. Well, damn. Well, thank you for having me, Kempo. I guess we just hit on college sports first. I don't think there's gonna be a college football season. If students aren't allowed to be back on campus, you can't really justify having student athletes playing regardless of how much revenue they're bringing in, which goes into the question: is this a business or are they actually student athletes?
But yeah, but the NFL can have all they huddles and tackles and all of that, but they can't jersey swap.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing now?
Yeah. The NFL came out and said that a couple weeks ago, but they're about to report a training camp. They agreed upon, I guess, like safety guidelines. So I don't know. Maybe they took out the jersey swap thing because like how can you have like three people like tackle a dude? You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Michael Thomas get tackled by 2-3 guys, but there can't be a one-on-one jersey trade when the game's over. It makes no sense.
Man, that makes no sense at all. But it's good to see like the professional sports getting back on track with everything. But I definitely understand college sports. Actually realizing that they're college first, and then sports later.
If there's no class, it doesn't make sense to have games.
Bro, I swear. And so, like everybody else, yeah, I love college football more than I like NFL, but, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, I get that face, bro. You don't like college sports as much as NFL?
Nah, like I watch college sports here and there, like Notre Dame, you know what I'm saying? But I've always preferred NFL and NBA.
See,
I'll be in the minority. I'm not tripping.
After going to a Spurs game, I would rather watch high school basketball than go to a Spurs game. I've never been so bored in my life. I will never pay $120 to go watch the Spurs ever again.
I mean, yeah, the last sporting event I think I even been to was opening night 10 years ago when the Pacers were opened in San Antonio.
Wow. Yeah.
Shit was fun to me.
So, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool, and the Spurs are losing and getting that ass kicked. But other than that, dog, it's just like there's no excitement.
Yeah.
No excitement. I need the juice. I need the juice in the crowd. There's no juice. I feel like
especially
I
now.
can just have my like. I feel like I'm at the damn tennis courts sipping my cup of tea. And if I get Wimbledon, this is boring as hell. But yeah, man, that's all. You know, the Ivy League already canceled their fall season.
Yeah.
Most of the conferences have already canceled their non-conference schedules. So they're only doing conference only. I think I actually I'm not sure if I touched on this with you or somebody else, but like if there's a way they can have, even if it's just like the top five, like the Power 5 conferences, they can just play their games starting in like late September, early October, and then go from there. You're really not missing much. I mean, you're not getting the whole scheme of things, but you're only playing in conference only, which is not bad. You're getting a true conference champion, regardless of like your record. You know, on the outside, like, you know, your non-conference wins, you know, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
So that would actually be fun to see. I think the games will matter a lot more this year as opposed to years past, because one loss, literally one loss, you're fucked. So, and who knows, like this year, like if someone in the Pac-12 goes undefeated, or you know, two teams go undefeated up until like conference championship time. You know, they could both be in the playoffs and knock out, you know, whomever. They're also saying Notre Dame is going to be a part of the ACC this year. So
just like a 1 year thing, just because of the situation.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, bro. But
it's going to be crazy to see how it plays out, if it plays out.
Yeah, I think this year, honestly, it could be like one of the more exciting years in college football if it does happen. Yeah. Like I said, just because of the games matter so much more. So, and then if you look at the ACC, man, you'll have Notre Dame and Clemson playing each other this year. Hopefully, Florida State will be good again. Would Clemson repeat? Would this be Trevor Lawrence's last year? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize, you know, if you don't think about it like that, like, would this be Trevor Lawrence's last year in college football? You know?
I'm sure he want to jump to the league if he can.
Yeah, so it would definitely be interesting, man. But so what?
Jamal Adams,
bruh, 2 first rounds.
Seattle might at least retake that division. I know last time you said you had the Niners repeating.
That's a power move right there.
Yeah.
That's a power move right there.
The NFC West is easily the strongest division in the league.
Yeah, he's definitely a game changer. He's gonna be with them for at least another 6 or 7 years, hands down.
Yeah.
Because he still has 2 more years on his deal, but he's gonna end up resigning. I know he wants a contract now, but I think he wanted a contract now with the sorry Jets. I think he's more inclined to wait. Well, if a team spends 2 first round picks, they damn near intend to keep you long term.
For sure.
So I think he might have to wait like a couple years. They're kind of cap strapped right now,
and they can't fix that offensive line.
Yeah, I think they made some moves this offseason. That's contributing why they're cap strapped, but I don't think they have too much cap space. One piece that hasn't been talked about, Jadeveon Clowney,
he's still a free agent.
Still a free agent.
Who was it? Was it Michael Thomas, or was it Cameron Jordan, or was it somebody? I think it was Michael Thomas. Clowney to the Saints, or it don't matter. It's something, I don't know. He's just trying to keep his own team strong.
Why not Clowney to the Saints? Bro, they've been literally plays away.
Yeah.
You know, like anything helps. Honestly, it's all about depth.
Stephon Diggs beat their ass. The
Why not
referee's not calling PI beat their ass.
We can't do Clowney to the Colts for 1 year.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want.
DeForest Buckner, Clowney on it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I want.
Tell me that don't sound good.
And he would get to put the hands on Houston twice a year.
Come on now. Come on. I don't know. It's you know, I think that's been like the most exciting thing that's happened in like the past 2 weeks with the NFL. Ain't really much that's really been going on. I'm still trying to see if Antonio Brown's going to be able to play.
If I'm not mistaken, I know they canceled 2 games, but they might have, with this new agreement, they might have canceled the whole preseason.
Preseason's done.
Yeah.
Preseason's done, so
I mean, a lot of teams is gonna come out the gate sloppy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, not actually, man. I wouldn't even say that. I would say the teams who make the playoffs are more inclined to be more in rhythm. The teams who have been together, like the Saints, are going to be fine.
Niners,
the
Ravens, Chiefs.
Yeah, teams who have the same nucleus is just going to come back like clockwork. Teams like the Raiders and the Bengals might be hurting this year.
Yeah.
You know, because how are you're not getting any in-game reps.
Number 1 overall draft pick, got to get the rhythm, got to get the chemistry.
And this year of all years, I would definitely redshirt Tua. There's no reason to have him out here looking crazy. So just learn under Ryan Fitzpatrick, man, and yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season, man. But at least we got baseball back. I don't give 2 craps about baseball.
Same.
But
it's just good the sports is on TV.
Yeah, it's something to watch, something to bet on.
Some kind of normalcy.
Yeah. NBA is about to be back in action.
Thursday.
What you think? How you liking NBA so far?
Dog, I come home. You know, I take care of what I gotta take care of. I try to watch like 1 movie every day. Now with NBA back, man, I'm gonna have to like try to figure out how to make it all work. We don't play till Saturday.
Oh, for the first game?
Yeah, we play Philly on Saturday.
Hey man, what you think about Sabonis, man?
I don't know, man. He's out indefinitely, of course. If Sabonis doesn't come back and play, we out in the first round again. It don't matter if we play Philly. It don't matter if we play who we the 5 right now. So that means if we catch Miami in the first round, we'll probably lose in 5. Cause we need Sabonis.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
I hope Oladipo plays, cause you know how like he was talking about not playing, but he's out there running scrimmage. He's out there trying.
No, bro, he needs to just sit his ass down. He didn't want to play in the first place. Don't play now, dog.
I mean, money on the line.
I'm over Oladipo. I'm tired of it. I'm just ready for next.
While he's on the team and healthy, I want him out there.
I'm tired of being mediocre.
Yeah.
And then, like, we're just good enough to be relevant, but still sorry enough not to be.
And, you know,
great.
The situation, like, at the start of the year, I was on some, if we lose in the first round again, Nate's gone. But now, because of the situation, the layoff, the bubble, there's so many determining factors. Like, if we lose in the first round again, I think Nate gets 1 more season.
But he had a decent year this year, though, even without Oladipo.
Yeah, we was killing.
Yeah, so
now we could be 3 or 4 seed if we didn't take all those L's when Vic first came back.
Yeah, and we would have been fine.
Yep. But every season he's been Nate, his coach, like a 5 seed team. I don't think we've had home court in the playoffs any season that he's coached us.
Hey man, I'm over the Pacers, bro. I'm over the Pacers. I can't.
I'm too loyal, man. Like years and years of heartbreak, man. But that's my team.
I'm just saying, I'm over it. I can't put forth any effort of any passion because how I feel, they don't feel the same pain I do. So I have to remove myself from that situation. I can't do it, bro.
I can't adopt the mindset of a sports fan who just roots for whoever's killing at the moment.
No. I'm not saying no.
So you just enjoy the game. Your loyalty don't sit with no specific team, though.
No. I'm still Pacers all day. I'm just saying I can't be emotionally invested anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit there and watch every game like you do and be mad if they lose or when they lose, bro. I'm just saying I just know how I get.
Yeah.
Bro. Like same reason why I can't watch Notre Dame games anymore because, bro. No.
I feel it.
Bro.
But see, like I was saying, this is the circumstances are so unique. I expect the first round out. Of course, I hope we make a run, do the damn thing. It's like we've been saying for like the past 3 episodes. It's neutral court. The Phoenix Suns could make a run and win the championship.
No, yeah.
But like anything could happen. Like it's such a unique situation. So, but if we catch Miami, if we catch Philly in the first round, get swept, lose in 5, win that shit in 7, anything's possible. I'm surprised by no outcome this season.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see, man. I still think the Lakers.
Yeah, for sure. We did our predictions.
Yeah, Lakers gonna take it. LeBron looks in like amazing shape.
Yeah.
I heard Anthony Davis got hurt yesterday though.
Did he?
Yeah, he left in the first quarter and didn't return.
Hopefully it was just precautionary. They need AD.
Yeah, they don't have AD. I think the whole thing is changes, but
yeah, if AD gets hurt, my prediction changes the Clippers Celtics.
Yeah, did you see Lou Williams go to the strip club?
Yeah.
Now he has to serve a 10-day quarantine.
I guess he's gonna miss the first 2 games that count because he went to Magic City to go get some grub or something.
He went to go get some food. Which, hey, no, he said he went to go eat. Which I actually, it's funny. I used to live in. The irony is some of the best food in Atlanta is at the strip clubs.
I'm about to say, I know you got Atlanta connections.
Yeah. Some of the best food in Atlanta, and this is like an actual thing.
Yeah.
Some of the best food in Atlanta to get is at the strip clubs. That's where the most money's gonna be at. So why not have really good food? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can understand. This is wrong place.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it's a funny story though. Lou Will is crazy.
Yeah. Joel Embiid having calf issues right now too.
Are you serious? Yeah. See, if them big dudes weren't staying active during the layoff, then they're gonna come back and get hurt.
Let me see what happens. Because I thought. Yeah, I don't think Anthony Davis stuff is too bad, bro. Like
no.
It says they say it's day to day.
Yeah. So he might not play another scrimmage.
Yeah. Let me see what happened.
What?
It was his eye.
Do you want to help get you back to a
It was his eye injury. It was an eye injury.
Okay.
He got hit in the eye or something. Yeah. So, but I don't know, bro. Like I said, I'm ready for next week. You know, you get the real deal.
I swear, yeah. Next episode, we can actually talk about like NBA games that count.
What's really going on? What's really going on out here?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. What else, bro? What else?
I mean, that's it for
Um,
real. Like we didn't have, you know what I'm saying? We got about 20 minutes in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in and chopping it up. We was really just conversing about sports. There wasn't no like defining topic, but
no, for sure.
that's my guy,
For
O
sure.
Dog.
What
I'm gonna
up,
come
dog?
back. I'm gonna come back with these bars. I'm gonna come back with Old Man Lawrence, and we gonna talk about that CheNoir album, man, as God intended. Rec League Podcast. Yo, Dennis on my ass because he say I be grinding. Don't fuck with this rapping, but you say you open-minded. Now this shit Hannibal. Yo ass Ray Liotta. Go against me and for you it be over. Don't flinch. I make motherfuckers jump like toes do. In this real world, bitch, we follow road rules. Lonely at recess cause I'm not one to play with. Not one for lame shit. Not on the same shit. I put these bars together and I do it with ease. You and rapping don't go together like Cool Whip and cheese. If I'm feeling anger, then you in danger. Command center shit, and you screaming for Rangers. I got a team full of alphas that'll off the top scalp you, back your bitch ass up. Never was we pals, bruh. You and your homies is foul, bruh. Throw in the towel, bruh. My personality is 1/4 of each Ninja Turtle, looking like Caucasian Urkel. Put a chokehold on the game until that bitch turn purple. All right, time to put a cap on this episode of the Rec League Podcast. Got my man, Old Man Lawrence, and he responsible for this whole segment, honestly, for this whole discussion, cause according to Google, on the 10th, Apollo Brown, CheNoir come out with this As God Intended. I ain't know nothing about it. I think you hit me up probably a couple days after talking about, hey, Apollo Brown just dropped a new album, and
Yeah.
like I told you, like I don't even know if it was a week later. In under a week, I told you I was like, man, this is an album of the year contender, man. This shit is fire.
Yep, it's a dope ass album, man. Well, anytime I follow Apollo Brown on all social media, so like anytime he's posting some new shit, like I'm always like right there up to date with him.
Yeah.
So I knew this project was coming out for a while. I don't want to say a while, but maybe a month or two in advance. Because I think the singles were, what was it, 94 and the Black Thought song, maybe? What was the singles?
I want to say Freedom was a single. And yeah, maybe Hustle Don't Give. Worth
I'm pretty sure the
Gold,
Black
maybe.
Thought, 94 was for sure another single. But yeah, once the singles came out, like, I was hyped for this album because obviously Apollo Brown can't miss, as they say. Apollo Brown can't miss, man. He can do no wrong. Everything this dude touches is straight gold. So anytime I see a project from him coming out, I'm obviously gonna get excited. But I had no idea who Shay was.
Yeah.
To keep it real, and I thought I was under the impression this was her debut album, but I was scrolling through some of the comments on one of her Instagram posts. Somebody was saying this was her third album, and I was like, is that her third album? I don't know. And I really, I shouldn't admit this, but I really haven't gone back and looked that up to confirm that yet or not.
Yeah.
But this album, yeah, as you said, it's in contention, man. This shit is dope.
Yeah, it's like you got RTJ, you got Coda. I don't know if you like it like that, but I got that John Connor, and then this is up there.
Yeah, this is a really good album. It's 14 tracks. Yeah. I don't think there's any skits or anything like that.
No skits, no skippers.
No skippers. There's no song on this album that you're gonna like you don't want to listen to.
Bro, yeah.
Skip it.
Like if you out there,
4 or 5.
What's up? If you out there watching, if you on Anchor listening to this, and you in your 30s, you in our age group, you still appreciate bars, man. Like she talks about real shit. She tells stories. She got like that, like I don't know what you would call blood is thicker, where like I don't know, like it's some next level, like she like symbolic, like analogy, like the whole song is like she's like the hood rapping from the perspective of being the hood.
Yeah, man.
12 Hours, track number 5, is one of the dopest stories, period.
Man, I don't want to spoil that for nobody, but once you listen to that track, man,
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, that is a dope ass song, a dope ass story. She killed it.
Uh,
Yeah, then you go right into Hold Down Daddy's Girl is probably another standout track.
yeah.
Man, that song is deep, man. That song is heavy.
Real
Worth
shit.
Gold is probably my favorite.
Yeah, Worth Gold is
probably
dope.
my favorite song here. And I think what makes it stand out from the other ones, I don't know. It's just my favorite beat, my favorite instrumental on this album. That song is bananas.
Production is flawless.
Yeah. There's no I think we already said it. But yeah, but Apollo Brown, there's no blemishes on this album at all. Production or lyrics or anything.
Features.
And it's crazy.
Black Thought, Planet Asia, Sky Zoo, features or money.
Yeah, everybody killed it. Everybody killed it. I'm sitting thinking like, okay, if this is your debut album, you got Planet A album as your guest features, and you're doing pretty well. You are doing pretty well. That's a Fox lineup. And then you got Ty Barrett and then Black Soul, Fox, and they both do their thing.
Yeah.
Actually, Black Soul, his verse sounded eerily similar to some like Sky Zoo type stuff. So when he first came in, I was like, "Oh, this must be the Sky Zoo track." And then after a few bars started listening, you're like, "Hey, Sky Zoo."
Yeah.
So like, this must be the Black track. So that's what I got the first time spinning it. I was like, "Yo, this is a dope ass verse." But all the guest spots on here are nice. The track with Planet Asia is super good. Planet Asia basically writes his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Apple. He rapped about his daughter, so that's really dope. You go to Freedom. Heavy track, man.
Yeah.
Heavy track. Talking about black people having their freedom in America. It's a heavy ass track. Super ill, man. Yeah, that's the thing. Shay has bars, man. This girl raps her ass off this entire album. Like
all
it's
14 tracks.
There's no blemishes on here, really. Like I can't think of a bad thing to say on here, which probably makes you want to think like, is this dude really about to give this a 5? Like, I don't think I'll quite give it a 5. I just don't. I don't think because 5 is like a classic. But if you ask me to tell you one thing about this album I don't like, I can't think of anything I don't like.
Nah,
I can't. This album is dope. This is a dope ass album. One of the best projects of 2020 so far.
Easily.
Mellow Music Group is definitely doing their thing right now.
That's Apollo Brown label.
I don't think it's his label. No, it's the label he's with. That's the same label as Sky Zoo. There's a bunch of cats that are on that label.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing the thing right now. Sky Zoo just put out a project we just talked about.
Yeah, that Milestones.
Yeah, so that's I mean, you want to just jump into the rating? Like, what you think?
I think yeah, like you said, like I don't know if I'm gonna give it a 5. Like I love it. It's one of my favorite projects all year. So I think I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5. Same thing I gave Run the Jewels. I can't remember if that's what I gave Coda or not. But yeah.
Yeah. On my IG, I actually tagged her in my Instagram story, and she liked it or whatever.
Yeah.
So that was real dope of her. Shout out to her for that. It's always nice, a like or a comment. It really don't mean nothing, but it's just always dope when artists show love like that.
Yeah, some down to earth shit.
After they yeah. So it's always dope. It's always dope to see that. But on my Instagram story, like I gave it a 4 out of 5. And honestly, it could be a little bit higher. Like it could be like a 4.25 if I want to get super nerdy, or
4.75.
After a few more weeks, I might bump this up to 4.5. But like I said, I don't have a bad thing to say about this album. It's good from start to finish, and to the point that if you just put it on repeat, you'll listen to this album 2 or 3 times in a row before you even realize that you have listened to it 2 or 3 times in a row. Like you just let this shit ride. Like, it's a dope ass project. I actually, what made me fall in love with this album is I think the weekend that it came out, I was actually painting my living room. So I blasted this album like 5 or 6 times in a row, just blasted it. I was just like, damn, like this got me through painting my living room. It's a really good project. And it's up there for sure, like you said, album of the year.
Easily. So next episode, for all I know, we're gonna talk about that Logic. Logic supposedly dropped his last album, No Pressure. couple days ago. I haven't spun it yet, but on my way to work, I'm gonna be bumping that shit. Before I ride out.
Teaser for everybody to a little bit of teaser for everybody to tune in next week. The Logic, pretty good. Pretty good. And also, Lupe Fiasco just dropped his first single on his new project coming up. It's called Shoe, featuring Virgil Abloh. So we'll probably touch on that. I know I want to touch on it at least. So Lupe's got a new project coming out soon too. So yeah, a little teaser for next episode.
Before I ride out, you want to react to those J. Cole singles?
Dope. The first one, let me pull it up real quick. I got it right here. Lewis Street. I don't know why it pops up as Lewis Street on Apple Music, but The Climb Back is obviously the one that everybody likes, and Lion King on Ice. Two solid ass tracks, man. Dope. Like we talked about in the group chat. Like this is the stuff that he's giving out to us beforehand, before the album comes out. Like I can only imagine what that.
It's hard, man, but I be trying not to bump. I be trying not to bump singles. I just want to let that shit live with the album.
Yeah, you treat music like I treat movies. Like you don't like messing with
trailers.
The
yeah,
the whole album.
That's exactly what it is.
Like, I don't like to watch. So yeah, we're like opposite in that. That's hilarious to me. But yeah, J. Cole just dropped 2 singles. I don't think he announced a date. I think he said he's taking his time with it.
Yeah, for sure.
But track. It's called Lewis Street single. I guess it'll pop up. Climb Back, Lion King on Ice. 2 dope songs.
But man, y'all get in the comments, man. Get in the voice messages, man. Talk about some of your favorite Robin Williams movies. Talk about if you watching any baseball, any sports to come back. If you bump this CheNoir, man, react to that shit, man. Sit back and chill until the next episode.